Hi.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Bedroom Talk with
Emmanuel
and Campia. Mama Yara. Yes.
Troublemaker.
Me troublemaker. Let me dey cause trouble.
Sure.
Okay, no.
Yes, the market, go market.
As long as
I
the
go
trouble,
market now.
as long as I give you trouble.
Yeah, not today.
So today on today's episode we'll be talking about one of the hardest topics that people talk about. Depression is real. Mental health is real. Depression is real. It is real. When I say it's real, it's real. But there are things that trigger it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in my case, it was the marriage, the infidelity, and the lack of, when the father is supposed to be the provider, and when the father is not providing, the mother, she has children, she has to fend for them, she has to take care of her children. So it becomes burdensome on the mother. So it drains her, brings her down, and it begins to tell on her emotional health. So when Emmanuel, the first time Emmanuel told me that he's having an affair, I was pregnant. You can imagine. I was pregnant with our second child, and I just sat down on the floor. I didn't know what to do. I just sat down. I was quiet. And I was like, I kept telling myself, my Emmanuel. I just kept, that in alone is, you know what it means. I was going off. Like I was going off and I kept off. I kept saying, my Emmanuel. I remembered
Stopped dressing up.
Yeah, one of my friends told me before, she said, the way they carry this Emmanuel for head, I hope say no go disappoint you. Those words came. They came fresh, like she was there telling me, and they were like, you are this, you're Emmanuel. And it just came in fresh. I just kept saying to myself, I sat down for, I think, I can't remember how many hours, but I just sat down. And I kept saying, my Emmanuel. And you said I stopped what? What did you say? You said I stopped dressing.
Yeah.
What are the
caring.
things you noticed?
She was walking and talking to herself. She would do this.
Now word one be that too.
Arrow.
Word one. I was a candidate for word one. It was crazy. But I don't know how I came out of it, but I know that I was on antidepressants for a while.
Yeah,
and then,
but you also had some good mentors.
I'm
going to mention it.
Yes,
I had Alache.
Yes, Alache.
Estella.
Yes, Auntie Estella, Alache. Because
Alache was like, I hope my brother don't commit.
Alache was like, I hope my brother don't commit. I was afraid. I didn't want to tell her, this is what your brother did to me. I didn't want to tell her. I didn't want to put him in a bad. Even as I was depressed, I was going through, I didn't want to put him in a bad light, like that, because she looked so much, he was like a mentor, a big brother. So I didn't want to tell her. She said, I hope my brother never commit. I said, but go pass. I just made it what. But I knew what I was going through. So Auntie Estella, there was one time that Estella called. She called from US.
Yeah.
And she said, how are you? This song, how are you? It's a strong song. It's a very strong song. When she called, she said, how are you doing?
No, I should thank that guy, the singer and
yes.
Don Dazzy.
And I broke down. I started crying. They said, wait, I'm going to call you video now. Wait. She called me video call. What is happening? I locked myself in the room for like 3 months. I was just, small thing would just trigger. I avoided meetings, I avoided calls. I think that was when I built the texting. I started texting and sending messages. That was when I built it. I'll be in the room.
And I
won't
couldn't
go
get
out.
through to you. Nothing I did.
I will not go out. I'll be in the room. I will not. I can stay in the house, in my room for 2 weeks. I'll just go to the bathroom, take my bath. Then maybe once in 2-3 days, I'll go to the kitchen. The children didn't even know what was happening. They'll just bring food to the room and give me. I'll eat. I'll be there. I'll sleep. I'll close my eyes, take my bath, sleep. That was it. It was a tough time. So when Estella called and then she did the video call, I said, what? How are you feeling? I told her everything I'm feeling. I said, I'm numb. I don't know what is going on. I am not myself. She said, do you feel like killing yourself? I said, no, I don't feel like that. But she said, okay, that's a good sign. That's a good thing. Okay, so how do you feel? I said, I'm tired. I am blanked. I started telling her how I felt. I don't have strength. I don't have appetite. I don't want to go out. I don't want to see anybody. I just want to be in my room. I want to sleep. Then she screamed and said, you are going. I can see her. She said, you're going down. You're going down. You're going down. Then she began to pray. Have people, mentors that pray, people, friends that pray for you. I'm telling you, it's very, very important. She said, you're going down, you're going down. I cast the spirit of depression out of you in the name. She started praying in the name of Jesus. You are not depressed, you're not. She was praying. Then she said, okay. When she finished, she said, what do you love to do? She said, what do you want? I said, I don't want anything. Do you want money? I said, I don't want anything. Do you want this? Do you want a new dress? I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I don't want. She said, okay. What do you love to do? I said, I love to dance. I love to swim. And she said, okay. You're going to the pool today. She said, okay, you're going to the orphanage, you're going to the center, doesn't it help? I said, yeah, when I see children, it helps. She said, okay, go, stand up and go. I'm sending you money, go and buy juice, biscuits, sweet. Go and give your children in the center. I said, okay. When I entered the center, the orphanage, the children ran. They've not seen me in a while. They ran and came and hugged me. That's my happy place.
Yeah.
The children came and hugged me. They didn't even know what was happening to me. Nobody knew. But they all came and they hugged me. I was happy. That's my happy place. And I left my happy place because I went down, and I gave them the sweets, the juice, and they were happy. Mommy, me. I was dirty that day. I came back home. I slept. I took my bath. I was happy. Then she said, okay, so day 1 of day 2, what do you want to do? I said, I want to go and dance. So people started seeing us often in the chillers.
Yeah.
They started seeing us in the club. They didn't know what was wrong with me. They didn't know that was healing for me.
So
she said, go to a club, go anywhere. I said, I'm a Christian, I can't go there. She said, no, go and dance. Go and shake it off. So we do 30 minutes, 1 hour with some of our friends. We'll go and dance and dance and dance and dance. And people saw us and people thought, these people, they're using their orphanage money to come and drink and dance in the club. But they didn't know what was happening.
So that for me was her own story. But one of her mentors was the one who saved me, because I was at the point where I was ready to just end it. And it was a 2-minute gap between us. She was talking with some people. It was in Cape Town, South Africa. And we were trying to rebuild ourselves at that point. And her mentor, who, by the way, opened the door for us to Cape Town. And
a box.
She just put her hand on me and said, what's wrong? I said, I'm just tired of life. I want to end it. And she didn't stay too long. She just told me, you can't end it. There's too much you're giving. And she gave me my first platform to speak. Because it was at a session and she said, oh, we've been talking, you should speak. And I spoke. And she said, you know what, next year we're going to invite you, on one of the years we're going to invite you. But she told me, you're depressed. What's wrong? There's so many things. I've done too many things. And it was the porn circuit.
Yes.
That's when I connected with the South African
Yes.
So, and she told me, you know what, that session is important. Be there. It will help you. Because I was fighting. to stay alive. And
keep our
home.
Yeah.
But she now held my right hand with both of her hands and said, Father, he's our Father. Keep him, heal him, and show him how to go past. So it was from there that I came back home, and actually I've never even told my wife, because when I spoke with I'm going to say it because he's one of the great ones. He's disappointed me, but he's still one of the greats. Okanodu.
Okay.
I spoke with him, and he's a great psychologist, and I recommend him to anybody who needs help. You should look for Okanodu. He's in Jos. There are others in his network. He can connect you wherever you are across the world. He can connect you, but he helped me realize that I needed to start living again and fight through. And not long after that, I had the last of the stroke that hit me.
Yeah, so one of the things that pornography, masturbation, adultery,
and
depression, one of the things, it causes sickness. So the mind and the body. So sickness of the mind, sickness of the body. So
starts dying.
Yeah. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about that.
Yes. Of the mind.
Yes. How it affects the sickness, the mind, and the body. So we're going to talk about in the next episode. So please
stick with us.
Like, this is a very emotional session, even for me, for us. Yeah. So it's dirty, as you can see. It's our dirty secret.
And there's a lot to say, but we can't say it all.
Yeah. So stick with us. Like, share, subscribe,
follow.
Somebody needs help.